Hello everyone, my name is Rob Bergio, Goldwell National Artist, and I'm super excited to be here today, and I cannot wait to share this haircut. So without further ado, let's begin. Okay, we have our beautiful model over here, and we already brought her to a clean, classic, modern bob. We did one length, zero elevation, natural fall, and we created this beautiful look here. I added a little bit of color too, because I wanted to have some fun with this. Some pink cherry pops and pastel peach. Used colorants, used lumen, super excited about it. But today I want to take this classic modified bob and I want to show you how we can use disconnection. We can use a carving technique, and we can also use chipping technique to create beautiful movement and a modified, refreshing change and a more modern vibe for her. So let's begin. Again, I already pre-cut her, and we broke it down into 3 simple zones. I always like to map out my haircut, so we created 3 simple zones starting on the top. How did we choose this, this rectangular zone, or how did we create it? We first started with the parietal ridge. How do we find the parietal ridge? We just took our comb, we laid it flat on the side of the head, we created a horizontal parting, another horizontal parting in the back, and another horizontal at the parietal ridge at the opposite side, and created just a nice, clean, rectangular type section. And this will be the last section that we work on. From there, we took the 2 points of the square, or the rectangular section, and we created a nice little half moon or crescent section here. This will be zone 2. And you can see everything else left out is zone 1, which is the nape, corner, back, and sides. You can see our nice little pops of cherry pink popping out here. And so that's it. So we have zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. I'm just going to show you what I did with zone 1, just so you could get a good feel of it. And all I wanted to do is I wanted to remove some weight at the surface, create some movement so it wasn't as bulky. I wanted to slim this shape down. And I'm going to show you exactly how we did that. So we chose to use a carving technique. We did center vertical sections. We took a center parting, nice clean groomed parting, that's huge. We elevated it straight up to 90. From here, we started at 90 and we chose to carve. And while we're carving, we dropped our elevation to about 45 degrees. And what this does is slim the shape down, remove a ton of weight without disrupting our beautiful perimeter. From then, we over-directed to the previous, and we did the same carving technique, brought it up to 90 degrees, carving and elevating down to about 45 degrees. We worked this all the way to the corner back. Once we got to the corner back, we started merging the sides together, and we started over-directing. We had our previous guide from here, and again, we started about 90 degrees, and then we slowly elevated to a little bit past 45. Once we got to the hairline, we over-directed everything to the corner back just to create some nice slimming shape and some disconnection from the top to the sides. All right, we did the same on both sides. Now let's get started on zone 2. Zone 2 is our disconnect layering. And we are going to use a chipping technique on this part here, you guys. And this chipping technique is going to be nice and soft. The reason why we're choosing chipping technique, again, I want a looser feel. I want to create movement. I want this to be fresh, but I also don't want it to look too choppy as well. So we are going to create a stationary guide. We're just going to drop this whole section, comb it down. And I chose to use dry hair for timing purposes, but you could definitely do this on wet hair as well. Horizontal partings we're going to use, and we're creating a stationary guide. The cool thing about this stationary guide is this guide will be used for this zone and the top zone, zone 2 and zone 3. We need to make sure that this falls right past the occipital or on the occipital. Anything shorter, it's just not going to flow nicely with our disconnected layers and the rest of our perimeter. So let's get started. So again, you can see a nice clean horizontal section, horizontal partings. We are going to elevate it and distribute it straight off from the head, perpendicular from the head, and we are going to cut into a 90 or square cutting line. Again, you want to make sure that the length is going to be long enough. And we also want to make sure that our fingers have enough tension to control this area and give us enough room to do chipping technique. So you can see I'm just working in, and as I chip, my scissors are literally coming backwards, reverse. This gives you much more control, and all you're doing is creating space. We want to create space, we want to create movement, but we also want to give a nice pop. So again, we are elevating straight up from the head, cutting into a 90, chipping technique, and you can see nice little points of interest, space, but at the same time, we are at 90, we're square. And I'm also going to double check how that sits at the occipital, and I think I like the way that sits, so I think we are ready to move on. From there, we are going to continue horizontal sections, distribution, perpendicular or over-directing to our stationary guide. We're going to over-direct to the stationary guide, and we are going to continue in this chipping technique just to remove some weight. We want to create space, and you can just see we're going to create a nice soft surface layering. And we're going to continue with the rest of the hair. We're going to bring everything over, direct it, elevate it to our stationary guide. And we're going to continue just a point, cut just a little bit, and have full control. And again, what you're doing, you should be creates a little space within this 90 cutting line. Fantastic. Okay, once that's set, we are all set. You can see how these little disconnected layers lay perfectly. Now, we're going to use the exact same guide that we just did from here. And guess what? We're going to add that to the last zone. We could take another clip. We could cleanly move this out of the way. And let's begin. We're going to continue horizontal partings over directed to the stationary guide, chipping technique into a 90. So let's begin. I'm just going to show you from the side profile here. We're going to comb this through, lots of hair. Usually when you have this much hair, you want to work with a wide part of your comb. And in this case, we are over directing towards me, towards the crown, the high point of the head. So let's take our new section here. Let's grab a clip and keep everything nice and groomed. And since I'm over directing towards me, I want to have the teeth facing the direction I want to push the hair. Yes, the teeth facing the direction I want to push the hair. So again, we're taking a horizontal section. We're over directing it towards me. We're utilizing the teeth of my comb. I can see where my guide is, and bam, we're just going to remove. And cut into a soft 90. I just love this technique. It really takes a classic one-length bob and will give your client a nice, refreshing change. We're going to continue horizontal sections, over-directing to the back, over-directing to the crown, into a 90. We chose point cutting, and just look at how soft we're getting a nice clean, or a nice soft, broken up perimeter hair. It's exactly what we're looking for. You know, a little more of a lived-in type feel. This was really going to help her get into more of a modern vibe happening here. Super excited to share this. And we're going to continue with the same exact partings, horizontal, over directing towards me, towards the crown area. There you go. And you can clearly see the guide right there, and bam. We are going to continue here. A couple more sections. And I chose to prep her, you guys, with, I use my favorite Carasilk Reconstruct Regenerating Blow Dry Spray. This is an awesome hair cutting tool, especially on wet hair. but it's a 3-in-1. You get heat protection for 392 degrees. You get a killer detangler, and also you get moisture added back to your hair. So we prepped her and we started cutting her with wet hair with my favorite Reconstruct. And then I decided to use a little bit of Just Smooth to keep a nice polished, high reflective shine, taming oil, Just Smooth. And we wrap dried it. And then I wrap dried it with my Denman, last section here, over directing everything. Once we did that, I decided to give her more of a polish dry. So I used my boar bristle, Varus boar bristle, and really got a nice, clean, polished, more refined finish. Again, last section here, we're going to go into the fringe. So let's just drop this and see what it even looks like, you guys. And you could just see already, this is really bringing out the color as well. And it's just created a ton of movement, a lot of fun. We're not done yet. I just want to show you a clean fringe. Let's find our fringe zone. We are going to lay. How do we find it? How thick, how thin should it be? So check this out, you guys. We're going to use a simple comb technique. We are going to take a center parting. We are going to lay the comb at the high point of the fringe. From that point where the comb meets a scalp, we are going to carve out, parting right to the corner of her eye. We're going to take a clip and make sure everything's nice and cleaned off. Same thing, high point of the fringe, carving out to the opposite corner of the eye, creating a nice fringe zone to work with. This is a great starting point to find where your fringe is. And from there, you can always adjust it according to your client. All right, so now we have our nice clean fringe zone. Let's get started. We're going to simply separate this fringe zone in half, right down the center. Boom. We are going to then we're going to grab a diagonal forward and a diagonal forward, right? This will be our guide, our center guide. We're going to use a thumb grip, just our finger and our thumb. This is going to be a stationary guide, 0 elevation, and a carving technique. I want to take it right to about to her nose. So again, you can see my scissors, and I'm just carving out this beautiful, soft zone. And what it's doing, it's reducing the weight and the length exactly where I want it, which is right at the fringe here. So we used a little blow dry on here. We're going to be able to tweak that out too. Once we have our beautiful guide, I'm going to work side to side, diagonal forward sections, using my thumb, over directing it to the center, 0 elevation, and just start carving. This is create a more loose, lived-in type fringe. We'll do the same on the opposite. Bam. We're going to bring it over, find out where the guide is, and continue until there's no more hair to cut. Again, bring that right to the center. Make sure you guys can see that. I'm going to lean her head back just a little bit, and you can see how this beautiful color, these pink cherry pops, are starting to pop out too. Another reason why I chose to add the color right in the fringe, very subtle but powerful. And these beautiful accents, we're creating just a beautiful lived-in fringe that she can go left, she can go right, and you can just see already it's really starting to become this beautiful soft fringe. I'm going to choose to create a little creative texture, put it everywhere, and I just want to show you the finish, and we are done. So the unlimited or creative texture is just a killer type of product, along with Super Ego. A little goes a long way. We're going to work it in, and then we're just going to let this cut do its thing and just show you this beautiful movement, this beautiful fringe. Opened up her face, really brought out this pastel, pinkish type of feel, and just a great modern shape that I think she's going to be happy rocking. We just took a classic, clean, one length bob, and we added some disconnection. We added some chipping technique. We added some carving technique. We added a loose fringe, and we are ready to rock the world. I hope you guys love this beautiful modification. Again, I'm Rob Bergio, and thank you so much for the opportunity, and thank you for watching.